Hi guys, so this is a video that I started in the summer of 2025 documenting some of my favorite bookstores in New York City. The last bookstore that I went to though, I actually went 2 weeks ago, which is why there's a bit of a time jump in the middle there. But the city has so many amazing bookstores with very specific niches sometimes, which I think is really fun. I've been looking for this book for forever. I haven't read any Dawn Mi Choi yet, but I think this is her most famous work, and it looks really, really good. I've heard great things, so I'm very excited. I just wanted to film a really quick book haul before I have to go to the airport in a half hour to catch my flight home. I realized that I never showed you guys exactly what I bought at each of these bookstores, and I thought that would be helpful just to kind of show you what caught my eye at each of these stores and what I feel like their specialty is in. So yeah, I have, this isn't everything that I bought, but this is like a pretty good like sample, I guess, of the books that I got. I'm gonna start off with the 3 books that I got from Rizzoli Bookstore. This was actually a bookstore that wasn't on my list. It wasn't one of the bookstores that I was planning on visiting, but my sister and I went to Chelsea Flea Market over the summer, and as we were wandering around, we just stumbled across this bookstore, and I'm so glad that I did because I actually really loved like the design of the place. I loved the collection that they had. So the first thing I got from that bookstore is Albert Camus' L'Étranger, or The Stranger, in its original French. I really love like the size of this copy. It just like fits right in the palm of your hand. I am not fluent in French, but I bought this book hoping that it would motivate me to get fluent in French and try harder in my French classes. I don't think I've seen many bookstores in the US have, you know, translated literature in their original languages. So I wanted to pick this up because I always want to buy a book that I feel like is going to be difficult to find in any other context or difficult to come by. And this is definitely one of those. So I'm really glad I got it, even though my French is not good enough to read it yet. This will be my motivation, hopefully, to work on my French. I also got Jhumpa Lahiri's Translating Myself and Others. I had a phase over the summer where I was really interested in translated literature. I mean, I still am, but I was really interested in like the mechanisms of translation and sort of the culture of translation and theories of translation and things like that. I still haven't read this book, but it's at the top of my list. I think it'll be really enlightening. Oh, and they also threw in a bookmark for free, which I had completely forgotten about. But I think it'll be a really interesting read. I think translated literature is having a bit of a moment right now, so I think it'll be really enlightening to read this book and sort of get a better idea of how the translation process itself actually works, because that's an art in and of itself that I feel like kind of goes unnoticed sometimes. So I'm really excited for this one. And then the last book that I got at Rizzoli is Victor Cha's Korea, A New History of South and North. It was published by Yale University Press, but I want to say that he's a professor at Georgetown, but I might be completely wrong. I really wanted to get this book to expand my knowledge of the Korean Peninsula and its history. As a Korean American, I feel like a lot of what I know of Korean history has come from my parents, as opposed to like actual books or, you know, any kind of formal history class. So I really wanted like a comprehensive book that would sort of explore the history and culture and like current politics of South and North Korea. And I thought this would be a really good place to start. This book I got at McNally's in SoHo. I got a lot more at that bookstore, but I wanted to talk about this one, Parable of the Sower, because I am a huge fan of speculative fiction. I think it's just like one of the most fascinating genres out there, and this one I thought was interesting because it specifically tackles climate change, and it's set in the year 2025. It says it was first released in 1993, so Octavia Butler basically imagined what the world would be like 30 years from where she was. It'll be really illuminating to read it in the year 2025 and compare her imagined
version of 2025 to what 2025 actually feels like. And I really want to read it before the year is out because I think it just would be really meaningful. So hopefully I'll be able to post some kind of like book review about this really soon. This is a biography of Stephen Sondheim by Merle Seacrest that I got at the drama bookstore, or the drama bookshop. This is another example of just like one of those books that I feel like I don't see in a lot of bookstores, or if it is, it's kind of like tucked away in like a very specific like theater section or whatever. But because it was the drama bookshop, this was kind of front and center and it was really easy to find. And I've been looking for a biography of Stephen Sondheim because he's one of my sort of creative role models. I think he's so iconic. I love all of his work. And I want to just, I guess, plug stores like the drama bookshop that specialize in one thing, because I feel like you get exposure to so many books that you wouldn't otherwise, and it's just so much more fun to browse in stores like that, especially if you have a pre-existing interest in the niche that bookstore specializes in. So for all the drama and theater nerds out there, I highly recommend the drama bookshop in New York. They also, I think I mentioned this in the video, but they have a lot of really cool events throughout the year in partnership with like Broadway or certain films. I think they did some kind of event in conjunction with like the producers of Hamnet, which is that new Paul Mescal movie coming out about Shakespeare. So they always have something exciting going on, and I really highly recommend checking them out. I posted a video to this channel where I met Darren Criss for an event for Maybe Happy Ending, which won the Tony for Best Musical. That event was held at the drama bookshop in partnership with them. Last but not least, I got this poetry collection called Mural by the Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish from You and Me bookstore in Chinatown. I've seen a lot of Mahmoud Darwish's pieces sort of just like online and on social media, especially in the last couple of years given the ongoing genocide in Gaza. And I really wanted to pick this up because, again, I don't think I often see his work in bookstores. I haven't seen like a physical copy of his work in any of the bookstores that I'd been in, so when I saw this, I knew I really wanted to pick it up. It's not very long at all, it's really thin, so I think this would be a really good book for whenever I'm traveling or I'm on the train or I'm on the plane. So yeah.